All right, guys. So today, most important thing that I always say is about doing your own due diligence, right? Educating yourself in a way that you're not depending on somebody else's information, because that's what a lot of times happens. The reason why a lot of people they look at cryptocurrency and they're fearful of it. They second guess it. They really not sure about it is because they haven't taken the time to actually learn it for themselves. So what I like to do is again, no gatekeepers over here. We want to give you guys the tools and the resources that you need to go and look and find this stuff for yourself. Now, are you going to be able to learn all of this in, a few minutes or whatever, a couple of days? No. It's taken me 7 years to get to the point where I am now. But I think I can give you a few tools that you can use to kind of start your process of learning, understanding, and doing the research. And I think more than anything, I want to show us why the time is now for us to be paying attention to this particular space. So I'll just point out a couple of things that you want to be paying attention to. So if you look at coin market cap, you look at the cryptos that are in 2.4 million. How many exchanges? And exchanges basically where you go to buy and sell cryptocurrency. So currently they have 795 crypto exchanges. The market cap, that's the market capitalization. How much is the whole entire crypto market worth? That's $2.2 trillion. And then it tells you up or down. In the last 24 hours, we're looking at is down 0.35%. Right here, it tells you in the last 24 hours, $70.24 billion came into the crypto market. That's down 8.41%. And then this is another one that I always tell you guys to pay attention to is the dominance. So BTC dominance or Bitcoin dominance is at 56.3%. And then Ethereum dominance is at 14.2%. These are the two major coins in the market, right? So you have Bitcoin and you have Ethereum. They make up the majority, about 70, almost about 70, a little bit over 70%, or right around 70% of the market, right? Everything else are the other coins that you see, right? So, but always one thing to remember when we're looking at Bitcoin and you see the dominance of Bitcoin going up, that means more people are going into a safer bet. Bitcoin is basically digital gold. So people are going into a safer bet. So that's when you see this dominance goes up. But the other key factor to this, and this is something you'll learn if you've ever been in one of my classes, um, this is what when this number starts to go down, that means people are coming out of the safer bet and going into the more riskier bets. And then that's when you see coins like the Shiba Inus, the altcoins and everything really start to run because people are going off of safety and they're going into more riskier assets. And that's when that bull run is in full effect. And that's when a lot of money is made. So this is a key indicator that you definitely want to pay attention to. All right. So we'll go through one of these coins, but one thing that I want to start with is why Bitcoin now? Why are we looking at it, right? So there's an event that happens in Bitcoin called the halving. Every 4 years, the supply of Bitcoin that is put into circulation is cut in half, right? And what that does is simple, economics 101. The supply goes down, but the demand goes up. Right now, we're sitting at the highest demand for Bitcoin that we've ever seen in its history. You have major institutions, BlackRock, Fidelity, JP Morgan Chase, Franklin Templeton. All of these other larger institutions are now looking at Bitcoin as a store of value. They're looking at it as an investment, right? And you got to understand for the bigger guys, they have fiduciary responsibilities to their clients and their shareholders that they have to make sure that they're putting their money into things that are going to be safe, right? So now that you have people like BlackRock and things like that that are looking at Bitcoin, that should give us a clue to say, hey guys, this is a safe investment, this is a safe asset class, and we want to be paying attention, right? So when we go here and look at historical snapshots, so if you look at the halving cycle, remember every 4 years this event happens. So what I want to do, I want to go to 2021. 2020 is when the previous one happened, May 2020. So we'll go there and we'll look, right? So we have May 2020. So you can go to historical snapshots and this basically will show you the price action. And I always tell you guys, believe nothing that I say. Always go do your research. I'm not giving you what I hope or what I feel or what my opinion is. I'm showing you historical data on how this asset moves based on a 4-year cycle. That's what I'm doing, right? So we'll go to May 2020 and let's look at the price of Bitcoin, right? So if you can see right here, the price of Bitcoin, May 10th, 2020 was $8,700, right? So what I want you guys to understand, we had another halving, the Bitcoin halving that happened in April of this year. And typically what we're looking for is 6 to 18 months from the halving that we get this large run in the market. And that's the moment that we're sitting in the middle of. So if you think you're too late about crypto, if you think you haven't, you ran out of time, I'm telling you, it's not. We're just getting started, and you're in a perfect position to put yourself in place to take advantage of this bull run. So let's look at this. So 8,700, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna advance it week by week, and I want you to look at the price action of Bitcoin. All right. So let's keep moving. So May 31st, we're already up a little bit. We're into June of 2020. We're up. Price is rising. Just take a look. Keep watching the price. In July 2020, we're at 11,000 in August. 11,000 in August. All right, let's keep going. September comes. We're at 10.9. October, we're sitting at 11.3. 11.4. 13,000 in October. All right. So 13 November, we're looking at 13,000, 15,000, right? 18,000 in November. All right. And then we get into December, 19,000 in December, 19, 23,000 in December. So let's just think about it. From May, June, July, August, September, October, November. That's 6 months. 6 months, you have an asset that went from 8,700 to $23,000, right? So I'm just showing you how it moves. And I want you guys to understand that this is how this investment moves. A lot of people are looking to get rich overnight or get rich quick. But if you really think about it, 6 to 18 months, that time is going to pass anyway, right? So it makes sense to get yourself in position and then just wait. It's never about timing the market. It's about time in the market. That's how most of the people get rich. You look at Warren Buffett, you know, there's a thing that say he's never sold any of his stocks. He's just continue to collect, continue. Now he has sold some because he sold off pretty recently, but it's the long game. And that's what I want you guys to think about. And if you think about it from the standpoint, 6 to 18 months is really not a long period of time, right? So this is what we're looking at. So let's get into January. So we're already at 6 months. In December, then we get into January, 32,000. 32,000 in January, 38,000 right there. So we keep going. Let's get into February. February, we get into $38,000. So let's just look at it from this standpoint. So that would be another, 8 months. In 8 months, your asset has grown by $30,000 in 8 months, right? Okay, so let's pay attention. Let's keep going. $48,000 in February. So again, in 8 months, your asset has grown by $40,000. I don't know another asset class that has done this, right? If you have another one, please put it in the comments. Tell me another asset has grown this fast. We haven't seen it, right? So let's keep going. February, we have 57,000. So right there, almost $50,000 in increase in an investment in a little over 8 months, right? Not too bad. So February comes, 51,000. In March, we get into 59,000. 59,000 in March, 57 in March. Then we get into April, 58. You get 60,000, and right about that second or third week of April, that's when we get that 69,000, and then we get the downturn, right? But I want you guys to look at that. So again, we started in May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 12 months. 12 months that you got an asset that went from $8,000 to $69,000 in a year, right? That is tremendous growth. And I'm telling you guys, we're sitting in the middle of that cycle again. The last halving happened in April 2024, right? So now if you count 6 to 12 or 6 to 12, 6 to 18 months from that particular period, this is what we can expect. Again, this is the probability of it. I'm not telling you this is exactly what's going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't predict the future. I'm just saying over the last 3 to 4 cycles of Bitcoin in the halving cycle, this has been the performance of the asset, right? That's all you can base your numbers on. You can't base it on the gurus on TV or on Instagram or whatever saying that they know exactly what the market is going to do. Not going to happen. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to say I'm looking at data, and based on data, this is what we can expect from this market. Okay. So no guarantees, but this is what we can expect from this market. All right. So now that we understand why we should be paying attention to crypto, because the opportunity zone is where we are right now. So this is why we should be paying attention to crypto at this particular time. And I'll tell most people, Bitcoin sitting at 63,000. For most people, it's out of range, right? This is not an asset that you're going to be able to participate in. And that's okay. That's okay because that's not where the money will be made. Even if Bitcoin goes to $100,000, a $40,000 increase on your profitability is amazing. It's nothing to sneeze at, believe me. But there's more bang for your buck, and that's where I teach and show my students in our community how to get the other assets that'll give them a little bit more bang for their buck. All right. So let me see. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look at one of the projects that I feel that will give you a little bit more bang for your buck, um, and be able to put you in a position. So, guys, a lot of people have talked about XRP. So if you don't know about XRP, XRP is it's basically the replacement of the Swift system. So if you're not familiar with the Swift system moves money all around the world. And when you know the case came out, the XRP has been fighting with the SEC for years now. The price took a sharp decline, but in my knowledge and my knowing, I knew it was a play because I saw what they did on the back end. I saw what they were doing over the months and the years that they were fighting this case. They were actually building. They had partnerships around the world. They were installing themselves and using their technology and banking all around the world. So one of the things that I would tell you, the caveat here or the opportunity here that presents itself is that many times we miss all the booms, right? We miss the dot-com boom, we miss the oil boom, we miss all the booms, right? Here we have an opportunity to have and buy and own a piece of the next financial system, right? That's very huge if you don't understand what it means. It means that this is the technology that will run the technology that will run the financial system for the foreseeable future, right? And if you have stock in these companies, if you have, you own a piece of it, then how does that set you up for the future? That's what you need to be thinking about. It's not about right now. Like take that in mind out. Many times for us, especially as African Americans, we're so busy being in survival mode that we're only thinking about today. We're only thinking about, well, how am I gonna do this tomorrow? How am I gonna get these lights paid? How much, whatever the case may be. That's the mindset that we have to come out of. We have to think long term. We have to plan for the next 5 years, the next 10 years. That's what we need to be looking at. And when you're looking at asset like XRP, that's what you're doing. You're not planning for tomorrow. You're planning for the next 10 years. But what I would say, keep in mind, the time frame that I told you, 6 to 18 months, which is not a long period of time. So it is my opinion, again, my opinion, not financial advice, that in the next 6 to 18 months, this coin will see a dramatic spike to the upside, right? So what we want to do when we're looking at these particular projects or these particular coins, first and foremost, always do your own due diligence, right? So what we're looking here right now is currently trading at 56 cents, and these are the steps that I go through. This is why I'm walking you through. So it's currently trading at 58 cents, right? We look at the market cap. The market cap of XRP right now is currently sitting at 33 billion dollars, right? So that is the market cap. In the last 24 hours, $926 million came in and out of this particular coin. That's down 8%. Whenever you see a down day, whatever you see red, that is an opportunity. right? Always remember that. That is an opportunity. We do not go into any store and say, hey, give me the most expensive thing you have in here, unless you just balling like that, but that still ain't smart. But we don't walk into the store and say, hey, give me the most expensive thing that you have in here. We go in there and we're looking for a sale. We're looking for a bargain. We're looking for value more than anything, right? So we're not buying at the high. So, whenever you see a down day, you should know, especially if it's a project that you believe in, you should be buying on those red days, right? So that's what we're looking at. So we had about almost $1 billion come in the last 24 hours. You look at the circulating supply. Again, this is supply and demand. So the circulating supply is what, $56.4 billion of XRP or tokens that are in circulation. And then you look at the total supply and max supply. So it's 100 billion tokens that will only be minted, right? This is the other thing that is beautiful about cryptocurrency, right? There is a fixed supply. Not like the US dollar. You can't just print as much as you want. You get in trouble, you can print some more. You can't do that, right? With this, you know exactly how much is in circulation currently, and you know how much more can come to the market. That's very, very important, right? So you can't just inflate the numbers, right? So we understand that about it. Then we want to go down and we want to look at the contracts. These contracts are basically the technology that this is written on. A contract is just like a bank account or routing number, right? I'm gonna put it in layman terms like that. That's basically what it is. So if you want to add this to your wallet or you want to purchase XRP, this is the routing number or contract that you need to buy. And then they have other contracts that you can go and look at to buy it as well. So this is what you want to look at. And I always say, whenever you're looking at cryptocurrency, never take a contract off of Twitter, off of Facebook, off of any other these other platforms, because one number, one letter that's off could be somebody else's wallet. And you can be sending your funds to somebody else. And in crypto, there is no customer service. You can't say, hey, I made a mistake. Once you send those funds are lost forever. So you got to make sure that you're using proper risk management and proper policies and procedures when you're using and sending crypto. And another thing that I always say is when you look at this, they always give you it's normally the first four and the last four. Always look and make sure that those numbers match up. Like if somebody is sending you crypto or you're sending it to somebody else, make sure you always check the first four and the last four to make sure that you're in line and that is the right address that you're sending it to. All right. So another thing you want to go and do, you want to go look at the website, the white paper. Guys, if you are in cryptocurrency and you're looking at Bitcoin, one of the things that I always suggest for people to do is go and read the white paper for Bitcoin. That will give you a great idea of why it was created, right? So I think that's very important for people to do. All right, so website, white paper, always go look at those. That'll give you, the white paper is going to give you the technical analysis of what the project is, who the team is, what's the purpose of them building this particular technology. All of those things are important, right? So you want to go and make sure you're checking out that stuff, right? But then let's get to the numbers, because this is where everybody wants to be. This is what you need to understand about any coin that you're looking at, right? So this is what is called the all-time high, right? All-time high. And for me, I always say, guys, this is my conservative metric. This is was basically saying this is what the market has already agreed to pay for this particular coin. Now, what I will tell you, so we'll look at what an investment looks like at buying at this price and just getting back up to the all-time high, and then also, excuse me, taking into consideration that we're in a bull run. Typically, you'll get a 5 to 10x of the previous all-time high. Typically, right? Not saying that it will happen. Not saying that it's promised to happen. I'm saying typically this is what happens, right? But what I want you guys to look at, always be conservative in your assessment of any asset, right? We don't always want to shoot for the moon. We don't always have to hit the home run. Base hits are okay. Get you a base hit. So what I want to do is take my calculator, and this is, again, guys, this is my methodology. This is what I do. So what I look at is saying that if I had $1,000, right? If I had $1,000 and I want to buy XRP, and XRP is right now at 58 cents. So I'm going to divide by 58 cents. That's going to give me 17.24. So guys, you can think about this however you want to think about it. This is 1,724 coins or 1,724 shares of XRP. However you want to look at it, right? So that's how many shares or coins that you have of XRP. And then what we want to do, we want to take that and say, if just getting back up to the all-time high of $3.84, what would my investment look like? All right. So times $3.84. So you're looking at 66.20, right? So that means that is a 6x of your money. So I basically invested $1,000 into XRP at its current price. And if it just gets back up to its all-time high, I took $6,000. I'm sorry, I took $1,000 and turned it into $6,600, right? So for many of you guys, I want you guys to look at it. That is a 6x of your money. In the bank, you're getting paid 0.003 of the money that you have in savings. Money market accounts, you might get 3 to 5%, things like that. There's no other asset class that allows you to put a little bit of money and 6 times your money in any asset, right? So even if that one, and again, I'm not here to excite you. I just want to show you the possibilities, right? So to me, this is a decent return. This is a great return. I think I've been spoiled because I see what the potentials are in the market. So I know there's greater returns in this market. So when I look at a 6x, I'm like, that's cool, that's great, But I know what you can get 50 to 100x. But this is a decent return. And guys, please keep this in perspective. If you put $1,000 into an investment and you make $2,000 from it, or you just double your money, that is a great investment. So to say that I can 6 times my money in an investment that's conservative because the market has already agreed to this, that's a great investment, right? Well, now I want to go to a little bit stronger investment that I want you guys to look at, right? And I'm gonna say stronger as far as returns. We're still going off of conservative metrics. What the market has already agreed, right? But one that I want you guys to look at. Again, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. I'm not telling you to buy any of these coins, right? I'm not telling you to buy any of it. I'm just telling you what I look at when I'm buying coins. All right. So let me scroll down here. See if I can find the one that I want. Beautiful. Okay, so this is one that I want you guys to put on your radar. Again, please do your own due diligence. I'm not telling you to buy any of it, but what I'm doing is giving you the idea and the thought process behind it, right? So Filecoin is a project, a coin of technology. Do your own due diligence to see exactly what it does. We don't have time to go through all of that today, but Filecoin has been placed into, and look up Grayscale, placed into a fund, basically a Grayscale fund. And basically what that means, that allows institutional buyers to come in and buy shares of this particular fund. And this is in the basket of assets that they're going to be invested in with these assets, right? Or with these funds. So let's look at Filecoin. So Filecoin currently traded at $3.74. You got a market cap of 1.2 billion. In the last 24 hours, we had 100 million basically come in and out of this coin. That's down 10%. Remember, these are the times that we want to be buying. Circulating supply of Filecoin right now, you're looking at 587 million. The total supply is 1.9 million. So 1.9 billion. So that's how many total coins that could ever be a Filecoin. So again, that is the benefit. You know what it is. These are the contracts. This is the contract that you can buy on, right? And some other contracts. But right here, use the Binance Smart Chain to buy this particular project. Now let's look at this. And two other things that I want to point out with this. So this is the previous all-time high. And then another thing, look at when the all-time high happened, right? April 1st, 2021, which means in the last bull run, this coin went on a run. This is when it hit its last high. So again, probability would tell you if it ran in the last bull run, then it should run in this bull run as well. Probability, not saying that it's a guarantee, but let's say that it should. It's a probability that it should. It's likely that it will, right? So again, we're going to go back to what we talk about. $1,000 Let me get rid of that. $1,000 buying Filecoin at its current $3.74. I'm not doing that right. So $1,000 divided by $3.74 gives you 267 tokens or shares, however you look at it, right? Right. So then we're going to look at the all-time high has been 237 bucks, right? So we're going to times 237. So what you're looking at is that I took $1,000 and I turned it into $63,000, right? If you were able to take $1,000 and turn it into $63,000 in 6 to 18 months, would that not be life-changing money for you? Right? That's what you got to ask yourself. Right. And again, not promising this is what's going to happen, but based on probability and based on what the market has already agreed to pay for this coin, this is an opportunity to take a little bit of money and turn it into a lot of bit of money. Right. This is the opportunity right here. And let's just say that we're half right, that it doesn't get all the way back up to the all time high, but it gets halfway. Right? Is it still not a great investment to take $1,000 and turn it into $31,000? That is a 31x of your money, right? Again, guys, you can put it in the comment, send me a message. If you know another investment that you can do this, please let us know because we want to share it with the community as well. But this is what we're looking at. And then the last thing that I'll show you, if you guys are not traders, you don't have to be. I never say that you have to be a trader. I think it's a skill that everybody should learn, but you don't have to be a trader. But you need to be able to look at charts, right? And if you look at this chart, what you see is this is a high up here, right? This is a high, and this is a low. We always want to be buying at the lows. And if you look at this chart, where are we sitting at? This is a great buying opportunity because we're sitting at the lows. Most people are emotional about their buying and they end up buying here. They buy at the top because the hype and everybody's talking about it and this is the next big thing and you guys should pay attention and you should be buying. God, I'm telling you, that's propaganda. That's the people who bought down here are telling you now, hey, you should really get in. But the reason they're telling you should really get in because they already bought down here. And in order for them to exit their liquidity and exit their position, they need somebody to sell to. And guess who are the people that they sell to? You, the latecomers. So what we encourage you guys to do is to get this information, get this education, so you know you're not the one that's holding the bag when this market goes down. Nothing goes up forever and nothing stays down forever. So the key to winning in this market is your position, your entry point. If you get the right entry point, you can make money in this market. If you get the wrong entry point, you will lose money in this market. And that's just how it goes. All right. So with that being said, guys, that is the lesson for the day. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. Reach out to us. Let us know that you want to learn more. Again, I do my masterclass every Thursday. You can go to mymasterclass.com, book an appointment, or send me a message and say, hey, I'm interested in crypto. I don't know enough. I want to get some consult. We can do that. But this is the opportunity, guys, that we've been waiting for. A lot of people will not give you the truth and the information about this space. They will not just lay it out. I just gave you guys an asset for free that you can take $1,000 and turn it into $60,000. That you can take $1,000 and turn it into $6,000. Nobody else is going to do that for you, right? So that's what we're doing here. We want you guys to give information. We want you guys to learn what this space is about, so you can change your life. Like I believe again, and this is the last thing that I'll say about it. I believe that this is the leveling of the playing field. So many times we talk about reparations, we talk about all these different things. The information is the reparations. Understand that the information is the reparation. The more knowledge and information that you have about what's going on in this world and how to play this money game, that's how you succeed. Nobody's coming to give you anything. Nobody's coming to rescue you. You have to be responsible for your own rescue, and this is how you do it. You equip yourself with the information and the knowledge of how these markets work, and you play the money game.